If you want to build shoulder stability and stay pain-free as you continue to get older, there's one simple exercise that can make a huge difference, and you can start practicing it today. In my yoga classes, I often see my students hanging out into their shoulder joints when they're in poses on their hands and knees, or tabletop position as we call it. This usually means they're not engaging their shoulder stabilizers properly. So today I'm going to show you a movement called the plank plus, which is basically a scapula push-up. This simple but powerful exercise targets a muscle called the serratus anterior, which is weak or underused in many people. Your serratus lies underneath your shoulder blade and it wraps around your rib cage. When this muscle is strong and engaged, it works with other shoulder muscles to create a strong, compact feeling in your shoulders and upper back. So what we're working on today will not only help strengthen and stabilize your shoulders, but it will also improve your yoga practice, especially in poses like plank, downward facing dog, chaturanga, basically any poses that you're bearing weight on your hands or your forearms. So I'm going to walk you through a few progressions, a few options, starting with just very the basic movement, and then adding more and more challenge so you can pick your poison, if you will. We'll start standing near a wall. Stand at about an arm's length away from the wall, palms planted on the wall. I like to step back just a little further than that and then lean my body weight in towards the wall. Keep your arms straight throughout this movement. All we're going to do is let the chest sink towards the wall so your shoulder blades are winging. Okay, and then press actively back away from the wall, feeling the shoulder blades move apart and wrap around your ribs. So feeling a lot of stability, all the muscles turn on around your shoulders. Okay, keep moving like that. So we let the chest sink in towards the wall and then press away strongly. It's like you can think of like you're widening the upper back as you press away. So drop in and press away again. The arms don't bend, drop in, press away. Keep your neck long. We're basically training your shoulder blades to move smoothly, to glide on your rib cage. Okay, once you've got the hang of that, we can move down to the floor and continue our progression. If that's still challenging for you to find, don't worry. This is a new movement, and sometimes we're not used to moving that way. We're not connected with that part of our body. So keep trying, keep exploring, but otherwise, let's take this a step further. Once you're comfortable at the wall and you've got the basic movement, let's come on and progress to hands and knees. So stacking your joints here, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then same idea, we're just going to drop in to the shoulder joints. So let that place in between your shoulder blades drop down. That's the only part that moves. And then press back up actively. Again, drop down. And then press up and feel your shoulder blades move apart and feel the armpits of power. So this is just a phrase I use. I learned it from one of my teachers. That means engage the muscles all around the shoulder. Really strongly, hug muscle to bone. Okay, drop and press, drop and press. Not letting any other part of our body move, or trying not to anyway, just the upper back and the area around your scapula, each scapula. Sometimes in class, I'll come around and put my hand on that area in between my students' shoulder blades, and that feedback really helps them connect with that area of the body, and they're able to move it with more ease. If you don't have someone to put their hand on your back in between your shoulder blades, you can try using a yoga block. It's a little clunky, a little big, but it does work. You can put it up really high, right under your neck, and then it helps you connect with that part of your body. It's like you're trying to press that block up away from you. So that's something you can try if you're still having trouble finding that movement. That actually helps quite a bit. Okay, if you're ready to progress on to the next level, let me just put this block aside. We'll come into a knee down plank. So adding a little more strength, a little more weight bearing. Walk your hands in front of where they were, a couple of palms distances ahead, and then shift your hips forward. Now we're not drooping down, we're keeping them pretty elevated, but we're also not back into tabletop. Okay, shoulders are still directly over the wrists. Give yourself some space between the hands, and then try the movement here. I want you to keep your core gently drawn into the spine. Keep the neck long and the chin slightly tucked in. So your neck is an elongation of your spine, and we're not craning the neck, we're not dropping the head. Okay, and then once we have that, woo, you should be feeling some muscles turn on around the shoulder. Let's try a full high plank. Okay, so come on in, lift the knees, come on up, I should say. And then let's drop into the shoulders and press up out. Notice how this requires quite a bit more strength, but the movement is still the same. So if you'd like to start practicing in one of the other progressions, the options, for a while and then work up to this, that's fantastic. Now, whichever option you choose, I want you to move slowly. Think slow and strong. Faster is not better ever, but especially for this. I often say in my classes, the slower you move, the stronger you become. And this will also really develop body awareness, which we want. I recommend starting with about 8 to 10 repetitions of each of these, of whichever option you choose. Make sure you're breathing and moving mindfully. Practice this regularly and you'll likely notice more stability and less discomfort in your shoulders and upper back. And if you'd like to continue to build strength and stability in your upper body in other ways, join me for this other short, simple yoga practice I have that focuses on developing strength in the back of your body in order to really hold yourself up to stabilize and improve your posture. So that would be a great complement to this video. I'll put the link on the screen, and thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.